Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the breakfast show, Trading Idea with SMARTRobie. After the short absence that we have on Monday, as we were spending time, or more like myself and my team from Trade VSA were spending time with our masterclass participant. And those of you who have participated on Monday, didn't we make money, right? On Monday morning when we were trading the FCPO, a few hundred ringgit, which is good just for less than 5 minutes of work. And that's the whole point about using technical analysis and using volume spread analysis to trade some of the futures trade them. You see that how I trade there with real money, and that's pretty good too. So we will do this also tonight. I think that's right. Now, some of you who are our masterclass members, make sure you join us tonight at 9 p.m. That's right, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight for our US market live trading session for our masterclass member. And those of you who want to know more about our next intake will definitely be in April, that's right, for our masterclass intake. But tonight it's going to be good. We'll be talking a lot about things. We'll be talking about US markets, technology, solars, and also Bitcoin shares, which is, a great opportunity for everyone. But today, this morning, this focus will still be on our KLCI today. Now, if you have any shares that you want me to look at, definitely some of those are coming in. SL West, Unisem, that is great. And we will have a chance to look at that for you this morning. Let's go on to what we have for you this morning. All right, let's see what we have. And of course, today is Wednesday. That's right. Just a few more days before the Chinese New Year. So I'd like to wish 恭喜发财 and Happy Chinese New Year to those Chinese community and those of you who celebrate Chinese New Year like myself. Pretty happy because finally they have lifted some of the restriction that they have on MCO. So today I have to go Chinese New Year shopping. I hope to. And those of you who could join us today, very, very good. Despite the busy schedule that you may have, and you're able to join me. So I thank you for your time. So I want to make sure the time that you spend today is well too. And of course, with the Chinese New Year break, I will be likely back next Wednesday. That's right. Next Wednesday, I'll be back for another breakfast show on the Wednesday, which is the advanced session in here. Let's take a look what we have for you this morning in our Wednesday. Of course, our Wednesday is our intermediate level, which is our trending stocks. There are a lot of things we talk about: chart setup, new sentiment, and also sector analysis, which is one of our new features in SMARTRobie. That's right, which I'm going to share with you on. If you don't know what I mean, stay tuned to the end of this breakfast show with you in here. Of course, this morning in our news headline roundup, definitely is no other than AirAsia. Now, AirAsia has been holding the headline. You can even see the CEO been running around doing cooking shows, so on and so forth. It is what it is because the COVID-19 has made things so bad that. But let's look at the AirAsia share. I think at one point of time, AirAsia would move back up, and some of you who don't want to give up on AirAsia. Let's look at where AirAsia is in terms of the chart wise, and you could see right now. Yeah, that's right. What we are talking about. If you want to buy AirAsia, this is the time to buy. You can see that it's what green pentagon. That is why green pentagon makes it so much easier to do your timing. You don't have to average it down. When it's time to buy, it's time to buy inside here. Of course, going forward, we know all the vaccine news is coming, and they are arranging travel bubbles between Malaysia and Singapore, and the reopening of the border. When, we don't know yet, but I'm ready to travel already. You can see, but maybe not flying AirAsia lah. Okay, so going forward, this is definitely very, very positive. Those of you who like AirAsia and you felt that this is, I would say, could be one of the lowest one. Can it go back to $1? Possible. It's also always possible in here. But there are many opportunities around, and definitely one of the ways to look at it is sector rotation with using sector analysis, which I'm going to share with you. Because this morning, I've seen all the steel counters are moving up, like Micron, Mitra, Anju, Press Metals. These are the fellas moving. We have a chance, we will take a look. If not, just check it out using the premium alert on the Pentagon, because there is so much that we can't cover. So you can always do it with SMARTRobie. That's right. Now let's move on to the next headline that we have for you. All right. And it's going to be RCE Capital, one of the favorite stocks I ever talk about in here. And if you notice, RCE Capital in here did make a big jump when we will start talking about that sometime last year, right? And some of my Wednesday night shows, I talk about this too. And you can see RCE Capital this morning is up 5% because of this news about early settlements in here. But what's more important, if you look at it, is look on the stock fundamentals. Click at that one, you can see it is rated 7. That's right, rating 7 is one of the highest with a PE of 8, and it does give 4.4% dividend. Some of you who are looking for yield, don't want much of a growth and want this, sort of cash in your hand, definitely RCE Capital is something you look at. And if you see from in here, even SMARTRobie does do a target projection. All right, target projection in here. Again, all this are for educational purposes at $3.27. And right now, we could see just now hit that live stock prices. It is, what price is that? $264. Okay, let me just blow it up for you. 264 and 320 in there. Chart wise, I think that's a big move. And let's go on to our next talk in here. All right, the next one is about the oil and gas. As I said before, oil and gas are coming back because we've seen the demand of oil, again, the reopening of the economy, and we can see oil and gas moving counters are up. But I have checked this morning, not many stocks are actually trending up, like Dialog and Diangs are coming up, but I will look at some of those using the sector analysis later on after some of you are putting some of the stocks review in here. Thank you for your good vicious insight there. We will look at Serber Dynamics, Maleva. Yes, that's right, those are the stocks that are doing up. Maleva, Kung Si Fa Chai to all. Thank you. As I looking at the comments on the left, thank you all. So let's look at what we have for you. So definitely two things in mind for this week going forward: oil and gas. The steel stocks, so take a look at the steel stocks inside here. Maleva, I will show you how to do that after sector analysis inside there, which makes it so much easier using SMARTRobie in here. Again, do share SMARTRobie during Chinese New Year when you go and visit your friends, of course, within the 10 kilometers. Stay safe and share them with SMARTRobie. So maybe after Chinese New Year, they'll know about SMARTRobie and our breakfast show, and able to prosper well in the year of Ox for year 2021. That's right. Now, JF Tech, we all know it has been a household name associated with the global IC trend and seems to be doing well. As such, if you notice earlier on, JF Tech, just like JF Tech here, right, and hit that one, which was a big mover last year too. And look at stock chart, we have seen profit taking in here. And right now, right, this market is just paused sideways, holding at 160 in here. I believe there should be another round going up for the year 2021 in here. You can see revenue leaped by 54%, highest ever revenues, and all this are also in line with the global semiconductor sales, which I've talked about in the KLSE semiconductors top. If you missed that one, just type in your Google, just type KLSE semiconductors, and you will come across the video that I've done, which has been trending nicely. Thank you for your support, and you will understand a lot of what I've talked about in the semiconductors industry. And also make sure you check out the 6+1 mega global trend. That will definitely help you a great deal going forward. What are the sectors you want to be in? Definitely for sure, our masterclass member with our US session tonight, that is where I want to take some leadership and taking my students into to look at the US. Definitely lots of opportunity in there, and also zero commission trading with the US market. Isn't it interesting? That's right. So this is some of the things that I do personally. As I said before, many of our coaches are slightly different in their skill sets, and best of all, our masterclass member, when you come in, or even if you join Zac at 9:30 session and Arif, Coach Arif, right? They all teach you different sets of skills, so you will learn different things from all of us from Trade USA. So I hope that this is continuing what we want to do to provide the education that you all needed to prosper in year 2021. All right, let's move on. What we have seen so far in here, and to the next story that we have for you definitely is the US market. Now, US is holding up right now, as the second impeachment of Donald Trump, which is ongoing. Market seems to be a bit muted, but I think it's just a matter of time when the market, however, it has broke through the 31,000 Dow Jones. Again, the approval of the COVID-19 stimulus should able to push through the Dow to above 32, and we are looking for a higher closing of Dow as As I said before, the interest yield curve for US, it's turning very, very steep. That is, nothing is going to stop this bull from raging above 33,000 in here. But having said that, let's look at where is Malaysia. Malaysia still sangkut. That's right. Let's look at the KLCI market this morning in here. I just want to push up the chart inside in here. As you can see, right now, we still need to wait for the green pentagon. No green pentagon yet. So you can see market is still between the 1560, 1580, the resistance at 1600 definitely going to be there. But if you look very closely, for our market KLCI to go a bit higher, we need a couple of things. We need the finance. We need the rubber glove to move back up. Right now, the tech stocks, okay, of course, the oil and gas and the steel are moving up in here. But we need more than that to make this market go a bit higher. That's right, okay? So let's move on to what we have for you here. That's right. That's something I want to share with you. I felt that, this morning as I came through this newspaper here, I was sharing with my son. And many of you who have children, at the right age, I suppose. Let me just bring this up again. Around the 15, 16 years old, my one is turning 18. So I got him to open up a trading account and probably fund it with him. And to share with him these two pieces of news, both pros and cons. One is about South Korean boy becoming investor by trading retail icons, buying stocks and things like that. And then another one, which is across in US, that maybe what we call wasn't guided, end up a very tragic mistake in here that have taken his life. And right now the parents are suing Robinhood, one of the largest free commission broker in the world, with that one in here. So two contrasting story that, in my opinion, at the end of it, it's very important that whoever your children must be guided. And I think introducing him to this show, definitely free of charge for many of our YouTube, will get them in the right way. And that's my message to all you who have children, and like me, we want our children to able to secure a better future than them by knowing investing, not like the good bad days. We sort of hunt them in, we jump in, we listen here, listen there, lose money. We don't want. We want to have a proper approach. And definitely, education, and even the kids is learning how to read a chart. All right, something that you can share with them. All right, moving forward, 2021, again, along the line of guided, education as trader and an investor, we want to, you to profit from our Pentagon guided trading portfolio strategy, as you can see in here, and also learn some of the trades that from 2020, so you can use those to make great return, which I'm going to share with you some of our trade ideas that we have made. Now, right now, the portfolio in 2020, this is 106%. So far this year, we are up 7% for the January month. One of the good trades that we did was JHM, which we will publish this once I can get the chart updated. But year 2020 was a good year, and definitely that was 106% return for the portfolio of 35,000. But right now we are trading real money, which is good. We are up 7% so far this one in here, and it certainly looks very promising going 2020. Again, all things being equal, we do not know where the future is. There is no guarantee. That is why we always want to emphasize getting the education, so you are able to drive pretty much of your funds in here. All right, let's move on to what we have for you in here. Today we will focus on talk a bit about news, and let's see the KLCI news here. And switching on to a wider chart in here, so we can see QES is positive, AirAsia is positive. All right, so that pretty tells you AirAsia Group report a strong rebound in domestic air travel across all key markets as of February 10, and that's what we are seeing. This is the right time to get into AirAsia right now. I think it is. The timing is there. Now the question is, do you have enough fund? Because all already sangkut, isn't it? Cannot cut loss, right? And this is what it is. The sentiment is very positive. KLCI tick higher as regional rally stall. Gains seem to be limited. KLCI rise at blue chips. Par gain 0.5 cents. So overall, SMARTRobie still rated it as very, very positive in here. All right. So let's move on to what we have for you next. Okay, is That's right. Let's highlight some of the immediate trade ideas that we have done so far in here. This is a historical of over a period. We are at episode 33. Now, some of the earlier episodes that we done, maybe episode 20, you can see going back, we have PIE 61% return, dating back 23rd of December, UWC 34%, KGB 43. So what you want to do is how I pick them. You can go back to the 6th of January, right? The 6th of January, the episode that I did on the YouTube or in the SMARTRobie Facebook, and look at some of those videos. And also revenue, the last 3 days, also Jalan. Finally, we were in minus territory in here. But since we picked it around 6th of January, and that one has done pretty decent. We know revenue is just matter of coming. And why do we know that? Because we know how to read the chart. So that's why we always say reading the chart is important. Having said that, great tech, we have 25, front can 18, and we selected twice or so, 13th of January and 3rd of February. MI Tech, FG Group, Inari, Penta. Penta's, I think, going through some profit taking, but last week we have the MFCB, isn't it? Mega First, that one was a renewable energy and started to move up 7th of February in here. Now, more importantly in here is that I want to take you through the history of all our trade ideas. So because you want to see at the beginning when the stocks start to move up, okay? So will this stock trade idea become the top idea, top gainer for 2021? So when you can see how it evolved, the trade started 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and then jumped to 20%, 30%, 40%. So that's what we are trying to do in here, is to show you what we call an anatomy of a trade that wins. Because sometimes when you hear people say, oh, I got 100%, sometimes you really don't know, right? And you thought 100%, 20%, 30% are like done in 3 or 4 days. No. Stocks don't go up in a straight line. Stocks go through what we call stage 1 market stages, and something that we will do in our later some of our courses that we do, free courses that for you SMARTRobie fans, that's right. So definitely looking at the chart setup. All right, having said that, let's look at the lesson learned, okay? And definitely one of the lesson learned we talked about was KGB. Okay, 6th of January, I just want to show you in here, KGB, lesson learned, okay? KGB, you can see, lesson learned 6th of January. Let me just turn this off. Now, 6th of January, we were here. Just push it up a bit more. Yes, that's right. So 6th of January, we're here, right? No, we pick it up around here. Yes, that's right. 6th of January, we're here. Now, do take note, we have this ATR stop loss. You also get the ATR. If it doesn't touch the ATR stop loss, hang on with it. And of course, the market will sort of pick up from then onwards. It doesn't go up straight. That's why it's very important we explain the anatomy. You know, just like the body, you got the head, the body, and the feet. Very similar to, you can see the market picks up and continue to picks up. And you have no doubt, you know, this was a pretty straightforward trade going up. But again, it took some time. All right, so from 6th of January to right now, we almost have 1 month. But then again, you get let's say where we were. All right, we put the price chart here, 6th of February in here, and you just pull it up inside here. That's about a 41% return. Not too bad, okay? Not too bad for a trade that we picked 61%. Now, some of you may see this and probably wondered, you know, why I have all this Pentagon in here. Again, those of you who are active investor in thought of using this, which is much better, I think it makes a lot of sense because you can switch to an hourly chart here. Right, you can see that and you can refresh it. For our SMARTRobie, just want to show you where we are using the KGB. It is only restricted on daily chart. So no doubt, and you don't need to upgrade if you don't need to. You can see very similar the chart that you have. It's just that this is one of those you want to have a bit more control and don't mind spending a bit of money to learn more. But those of you who are very tight with your budget, definitely stick to the so-called almost free version of SMARTRobie. We have something for everyone. Okay, most important is that when you start to understand about, you know, what is needed to do well in this market, then you might want to upgrade, whatever the case. It's just like many of our masterclass members who eventually upgraded, that has benefited and they went on to do greater things in life. Just like, you know, when we do a lot of self-improvement in ourselves to motivate, and more important, to have the courage to invest in ourselves and put a little bit of money. That's right, a little bit of money on the market. To, you know, I think this one, I can go up. Because why? Now I've been seeing the Pentagon going up high enough, and I think I can make money. Then put your money there, right? Just open up the account, all right? So we will look at some of the stocks. You guys have it inside there. Ding asked about CV of test bar for chart 3. Is that a bad sign? So test bar not necessarily bad, as I said before. Test is definitely a good thing. So it's always important to get that education. Try to follow Zac more, and if you're ready, sign up for the masterclass too. That's where we actually go through this whole period of 12 months intensive coaching. Imagine what you can do when we coach you rather than one-off kind of things that we do here because of the time limit in here. I think many of you, those of you who have gone in our class would have said, those of you who was listening, some of those in here would have benefited, isn't it, from our last weekend. That's right, our last weekend, our 4-day course, and many of them said so many things to learn. And definitely very important is to able to do forward testing inside in here. But what's more important also going forward, some of those you can follow us, you do follow, we want you to profit along the way in here. All right, let's move on to, so that's the KGB. Let's move to some of the shares I have for you this morning before I look at some of the shares that you have. Right. Okay, this morning, the trade idea, that's right, for the, this is definitely, let me just make an amendment here. This is not 3rd of February, but the 10th of February, okay, 10th of February, episode 33. That's right. That's right. 10th of February, episode 33 here. We have the oil and gas, I said, oil and gas is moving up, and DNO. Oh, now, one of you did ask me about DNO, right? It is the trade idea, intermediate trade idea for this morning in here. Definitely, it's a one that you want to run. Again, usually when you ask me where to take profit, very easy in here. Okay, let's look at D and O. Okay, let's let me try to figure out shift. I'm looking for the D and O. Just at my keyboard here. D. Okay, and O. Oh, that's not 0. Okay, D and O. And you hit the so again, going back to the exit strategy in here. So when you hit the exit strategy, okay, 314. So let's look at D and O this morning in here. So we'll bring up the active chart here. Okay, active chart, D and O green technology in here, 340 or 314. First profit 314. I think if you're in, you should take some profit. If not, you can get out at 314. Let me just blow this up a bit. You cannot see. Okay. Can see right now. 340. You can set up an alert in Premier, or you just wait for the red pentagon. Let the profit run. You don't know. As I said before, remember we talked about the lesson learned from our top gainers in 2020. Some of them went up 100%, some of them went up. So I think it's also important that you all know this. Then there's another question, share price will be up or during dividend. Not necessarily the case. Not necessarily the case. After dividend, it can go down some more, but there will always be price adjustment in here. Most important is follow a system. Okay, follow the Pentagon. If the Pentagon asks you to sell, you sell. Pentagon follow, you don't. At the end of the day, it's always whether you want to follow or don't want to follow. And all this about dividend being declared sometimes is just part and parcel of day-to-day activity, corporate exercise, right? Isn't it? Okay, let's move on to our this is the next one we have is okay, if you look at the hourly chart, why I tell you this is hourly chart, you switch to a daily chart in here, you can see this is just, you can see the difference, right? Daily chart, you see up charts, you get worried, isn't it? Correct, right? But if you switch to an hourly chart, all right, you can see there's no down sell-off. It didn't even hit the ATR stop loss. Of course, the first concern will be the hourly chart when it hit red pentagon, right? So that's always some benefit to have an active chart, right? And we also ended our previous promotion, but never mind. If you think it fits you, then you might want to look at getting the plug-in inside here. All right, next one we have, let's switch back to we have just now, the next one is HengYuan. Okay, let's look at the oil and gas. Again, how do I pick this? Just switch on to the main menu. And we hit in the trending. This morning got a lot of nice one. All right, you can see the hot one. I like to pick the hot one, the one with the little red circle. Item number 11. Okay, item number 9. Okay, and item number 8. Item number 7. item number 6, the red one, very easy to spot out, isn't it? Very important. People say, hey, Martin, so many of these on how? So I'm going to show you next. Okay, later on, I'm going to show you next which to choose. We have to follow the sector analysis over there. So DNO looks pretty good. Just sort of, let the thing run. All right. Okay. So let's look HengYuan, HENG. HengYuan used to be the old Exxon. Now HengYuan, of course, there was some NS, the market is pulled back a bit, but this looks pretty all right. We can also switch to the hourly chart to see how much of it. Oh, it's turned red pentagon, so we have to be very careful. But if you have not entered, right now, remember you want to enter on a hourly chart, you want to exit on the daily chart. So make sure you have this. So that's why it's also important. Especially a lot of people, they get kalang kabut, they use hourly, because why? Because you're not trained enough. You're not well trained enough. You need to follow us more, right? And the session inside there. Get the formal education, That's right. Yeah. So looking at this, you can see 556, which is okay. It's closing up. But if you switch to a daily chart, it hasn't hit the ATR stop loss yet, which is way down here. So if oil and gas continue to go higher, and how do we know that? Again, go over to your trading view, just type US oil. Okay, US oil is WTI crude oil. You can see WTI crude oil, it's continued to go straight up. So this one looks pretty good. Again, people will ask me why no green pentagon, because this one doesn't have any volume. So no volume, the pentagon won't come out. All right, so that's something you want to take note of. Switching back to HengYuan here. All right, you can see HengYuan here holding up in there. Will it take up the last high at $7? It's yet to be seen over in here. All right, let's move on to what we have for you next. Okay, and KLCI is still in the bearish. Now, again, we always talk about, notice the narrow spread bar. Pay attention to the narrow spread bar where the low volume, that's the one you want to be, paying attention in here. A lot of charts in here. Now, those of you who want to know more about the sign of strength, sign of weakness, go over and watch that 9 minutes tutorial that we have for you in here, and you will find out what is test means, if more test bars is better or not, line change, should you sell after upthrust, all right, more of those in our tutorial. That's right. All right, so let's talk about the new option that we have for you in here. Is on our SMARTRobie, something that we launched just before Chinese New Year, as SMARTRobie getting smarter. So you need to type sector analysis. Let me just switch it up bigger for you. So hit that one, and you can see, so you hit this, so it's going to come up with all the sectors which is the strongest now. So let me just hit that one. Okay, so what you want to do is rotate your phone. Okay, now I'm going to rotate my phone here. Just bear with me. So it's going to turn. All right, so you can see it turns. So you can see technology, media, energy. That's right. That's how we know energy, right? Translogic, which is a logistic. We have the industrial product, consumer property. So you want to go along that line. So when you choose your Pentagon or your trending list, make sure it falls within this area, right? Okay. So after, let's say you already switch back to here, because else we're going to miss it, right? So after you know that the technology, just write down maybe 2 sectors, then you type technology here. Okay, hit technology, and you get that full list coming out in here. Let me just hit this button again. All right, so if you want the full list, you can go over to our KLE sector analysis. That's the URL from our website. Register, and you'll get into a premium. It's just that some of these we find that that's like few hundred cannot show. We show the top 12 based on cap, and large cap or not. So what you want to do is just go through item number 10166, Inari number 2, and just look for Pentagon. Have a good feel where are all the Pentagons in here, because they're all daily charts. The buy and sell signals is all inside there, and you can see Awantec 5204. Just click that one. Okay, I heard a lot about this, which is a mid cap stock. Okay, so 5201, hit the stock chart, and there you go. You can see, wow, this one's very nice, right? Can you imagine if you have gone in? Okay, very simple. How do you gone in? You hit that one, get out, and that's right. You see, next SMARTRobie fact, if you have followed the green pentagon, you are at 66% since 2nd of July. Okay, since 2nd of July. Okay, so that's a win rate of 66%. Sorry, win rate of 66%, and on top, the old name is called Prestarang lah. Now it's called Awantec lah. It's 88.8% since the last Pentagon. Wow, isn't that great? It's at 88%, right? So there are a lot of stocks that we may not pick up, right? definitely you can pick it up right now with this. Let's look at the other one is energy. Okay, type energy. We'll look at the energy stock. So as I said before, those of you who are bored during Chinese New Year, nothing to do. You can play with the sector analysis. Go through one by one. Of course, some of you also say your phone very hard to see. You want a bigger screen. You want to switch your hourly chart. Considering upgrading for the plugin. If not, just stick to this version in here. So in here, you can see oil and gas, right? You can see I checked just now earlier on. Definitely, let me just push this down a bit here. That's right. Now you can see here, right? On the left hand side, we have Dialog, which is a large cap. Okay, 7277. We have Server Dynamics. Many of you asked about Server Dynamics. We definitely look at that. Server Dynamics, I've just checked, and I'm going to bring it up afterwards shortly because one of the members in here did ask about that one, Amada. But the very interesting one is Hibiscus, 5199. Okay, hit 5199. Okay, and you hit the stock chart. All right, you can see this one here started to make its move. You can see that just green pentagon only. This is one of the better one. Let's take a look at this morning in here. We have a 1 bar pullback Hibiscus and look at the stock price. Okay, holding up, okay, ready for the next push. Now, oil and gas is going to be a very reluctant player until someone says something. This market is going to boom, 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 boom. Just like that's why I picked HengYuan. I think that oil and gas next week has some chance as OPEC are coming in to sort of control the prices. Let's see whether they can control the prices or not. Okay, so this is something pretty interesting, and I feel that will be very timely for you. I feel that something aligned with also Bursa. Bursa Malaysia is talking about education and getting people to talk about stocks, understanding behind it, the mathematical, the fundamental, the technicals, the sector. And when you have that, at least 50% of your agenda to be a trained trader and trained investor has been fulfilled, at least for year 2021. Okay, so that is something I want to share with you guys in here. Now, of course, don't forget our next coming talk will be the 24th of February, where we'll talk about the 5 lessons from a bigger stock winners of 2020. And what were those? 430%, 121, 104. And I also give up this year, so far that we have just now, like Pi, the 61% return, the UWC, the Great Tech. How and what do you want to look for to able to write this? Point is, I get time to time a lot of people have those what they call portfolio or stocks that is stuck. They could not get out. What are those? Rubber glove. That's right. A lot of people have rubber glove. They're stuck there. They cannot cut loss. So I want to show them, look, at the end of the day, you got 2 choices. You have those that is stuck. Maybe you want to ease off a bit and move on to something that is moving. I know it is painful, cutting loss or moving on, but it's just part and parcel of learning, as again, the agenda of 2021 to be a trained trader, a trained investor. If you follow that agenda, I think many of you will do well for 2021. And that's one of the things that we wanted to do. All right. Of course, if you like what you see so far in the SMARTRobie, this is a QR code. Just give us a feedback on SMARTRobie so we can continue to improve ourselves and to bring the final points to part of the agenda of trained trader and trained investor for 2021. And right now, I'm going to look at some of the stocks that you guys have. And okay, first one in here. Let's go to the top there. We have SCIB. This is the Sarawak one. Okay, so you can see the chart here. SCIB, Sarawak consolidation. Okay, right now we have this market red pentagon in here. Broke. If you're up here, you hit through the ATR stop loss. I think you should out already. This stocks, is this adjustment? It doesn't look like adjustment in there, but definitely a red pentagon. It closed below there. You should be out. Okay, if you are still hanging on in there, roll over and look for next stocks. That's what I would think. Okay, Kihin. Okay, this one is household. Okay, household, very nice. You have line change in here. Market moving sideways, not too bad. You have some a little small pullback. Okay, again the ATR is over here. All right, having said that, let me say cross first. This is your ATR stop loss in here. Okay, if you doesn't know, just type Kihin. Hit that one on the left hand side and switch to a bigger chart so you can see better in here and look at the exit strategy. Okay, so you can see exit strategy in here. Kihin target profit is 439. Okay, 439. That one is almost hit. Next one is 468, which is around here. Or just wait for the red pentagon. You might want to run this. Okay, if it doesn't hit the ATR stop, I'll just go with it. Okay, next we have this the DNO. I think I mentioned that Unisem. All these are all tech stock. They're just having a little bit set of pullback. You can see this one's pretty good. All right. Again, go to Unisem. Look at the exit strategy in here. Okay, Unisem exit strategy. Hit that one. Okay, let's look at the exit strategy. So here is $9, 908. Yeah, also hit. 908 is around here. Next one is 970. So 970 is your profit target lah. Or just wait for the exit strategy in here. Now, should you exit, you want to look at DNO and DNEX, which is in the right trend right now. SL West continue to be good, which I talk about the green. I will talk more about this tonight in our masterclass for our members about the solar in here. Looks pretty decent. Again, don't worry so much. If you can't read chart, go and watch the tutorial that I have for the 9 minutes. It will give you some clue how to read chart. If not, just follow again. Very easy. You need SL West, right? Hit that one and go on to exit strategy in here. What did it say? 331 first target profit, 331 just up there lah. Or 353 or whichever, wait until the red pentagon or the ATR stop loss. Because again, going back to some of the things that we talk about in here, able to run your profit in here. All right, our solution. Let's look at solution. I think they have something going on in there about the solution in here. This one in here, why the good news came out. Remember the good news. How do I know that? You can type solution. Usually when good news come out, profit taking one. Jialat one, I tell you. If they don't have the good news, better. Okay, solution. Because smart money very eager to take profit now on good news. Okay, hit the good news. You can see, MYEG, Kindle, 3 things to look for payment gateway, warm of a shortage, PDX, solution. Okay, foul solution in climate in, okay. So the solution group seems to be going there's no relevant news inside here, but I remember seeing that on the one of the earlier version of the news regarding the solution is that they had some sort of good news about they bringing the vaccine in, I think a couple of days ago, and that's what we are seeing this market doing what it does, profit taking inside here. Okay, let's look at the next one. Server dynamic maintain continue to be good. Okay, it hasn't turned yet, just matter of time. Just matter of time. That's right. You can see there is the volume in here hasn't been great. You can see the volume in here, but definitely those of you can switch on to an hourly chart, right? It already turned. That's a big difference, isn't it? So hourly chart already turned. You can see it's really moving up. Still looking good. All right. So pays to have active real-time charts. So those of you who want it, Malaria, yes, is going up, no problem. Okay, yeah, that's right. Amel, okay. Handal, let's look at Handal. Handal is industrial, it's also energy. Okay, you can switch to a daily chart here. Okay, now I don't like all this, upthrust inside here. No doubt about it. This is very, very climatic volume in here. Again, following what is in the energy sector, the chances is going up, but it doesn't have the kind of setup that I like to see, that is smart money pushing up higher. That is what you don't want, depending on your time frame again. If you're just there for 2 to 3 days, this kind of stock, you can make money, but you need to be very, very fast. You need to watch it. But the chance of making money also very difficult because it hits up and then come back down. From here onwards, you can see there is no volume here. Suddenly volume come out and then volume disappeared. That's the problem I don't like. You look at just now the previous chart on server dynamics, you see the difference? So when you are trading some of these more speculative in nature, make sure you have an active chart. Else, you can't see, then you're blind lah. So when you're blind, very hard to make money. That's right. You want to have something where you can see better in here. Okay. Malaysia still on tech stock. Yes, Thomas, we are still on that one. Okay. Okay. QES. What happened to QES? Okay, QES, okay what, QES can go lah. Nothing happened right. As long as green pentagon, go in already because earnings coming soon, isn't it? Right, you can see earnings coming soon. So this one, straight QES. Okay, let's look at the trading plan. Let's look at the exit strategy here. Okay. and 55 cents, 58 cents, or green pair. 55 cents almost here, then we go for 58 cents, okay? Or you want to go for the red pentagon inside here, all right? If you exit, then you can want to go on to press metal or hectare. Some of you did ask me about hectare. Okay, let's move up. Next one in here. Okay, hectare. I think I talked about hectare. Looks pretty good lah. Hectare global. Yeah, very nicely done. Breaking new high. Go in. All right, and you got volume coming in here. There will be a bit of pullback in here. Again, going back to the trading plan, going back to the exit strategy, you'll be fine. Okay. Okay, let's look at Julian. Okay, Julian looks pretty good. Still holding up inside here because there were some talks about, I think on the paper, how this thing, again, going back to recovery in here. Again, Julian, you want to see this here. Julian. And you want to look at the fundamentals. I want to look at the fundamentals for Julian. Fundamentals is not available. Why? Because the ROE is very low. But the dividend is pretty good. It's something that you should take note. This is one of those direct selling products inside here. I playing on the market recovery there. Okay. SLS JAX. Let's look at JAX. Okay. JAX. How do I say? Still moving sideways. It needs a lot more. You can see all this, and you see JAX are very interesting. Look at the volume. One bar, one bar, one bar, one bar. All smart money control one. You see this one more bar? I only worry, it has to break up. If it doesn't break up, go cut through this 62 cent exit. Just follow the exit strategy. You should be fine. Care Plus, I think all the, it will take some time for the rubber glove. You can see this one, turn red pentagon. Again, if you break through this ATR stop loss exit. Now you can see the real difference, right? If you want to know what sector is doing well, just go over sector analysis. And as I said before, like stocks like Care Plus, you can see 1 bar, 2 bar, push up, distribution, not so good. Okay? 1 bar, this is a whole length, push up, distribute. Then here I was expected to go higher. 1 bar, push up. And this one's breakdown, it's just going to stuck there for some time. It's not going to go lower, but having said that, there's not many people still sort of hard on rubber glove. They're still going to hang on to that one. Okay. So that's all we have for today. I suppose I've gone through many of the lists that you in here. So all the best, everybody. Remember the article I've shared with you just now. Share that with your children. And please, as a token of appreciation, saying thank you, please go over to SMARTRobie Facebook and give us a review. We really appreciate that. We need to stay on top in the Facebook. That's why we need your review. Thank you very much. 恭喜恭喜发财. So that's a QR code. Please go over there to do it. So we'll continue to work harder for you to educate at least some parts of your agenda for train trader and train investor for 2021. And of course, right, our next intake. We completed it. It's not over yet. We are on the last day of our February intake class. And tonight will be exciting. Let's make some real money. I think I'm already in the money. Very nice. I make money. Okay, good for Chinese New Year. I can pay a lot of ang pao. Okay. So, guys, some of you are here. I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock. Rest well. We will take it to 12 o'clock tonight. Okay, for our US market live trading. Okay. Thank you very much. And those of you who joined us for the first time, do join our Telegram chat room for all things free and educational, which will be meaningful for your investing goal and trading goal for 2021. Thank you again, and I'll see you, if not sooner, next week. All right. Bye-bye.